muted a little, sorry. Welcome back, everyone. Now for the bartering. Hopefully, which I know it was 5 minutes ago for some, seeing how to get workers going and where to put them on nodes and stuff, but hopefully you have some mats built up and are ready to barter. To start, I suggest an Etheria sailboat and upgrading the caravel if you want to take the life skill route. If you want to do Galeas later, maybe go for more combat or even be a hardhead like me and do it first and go the frigate route. You still can, but you'll be more limited in LT, which is very important with bartering items because most start the whole thing at like 700, either 6 or 700 LT. So barter items are very, very heavy. Definitely why I suggest the sailboat over it. It gives you more, and then at caravel it elevates it even higher. Compared to a Galeas, now my vessel's more of a fighting vessel, not really a barter vessel, but it does work. Now I've already loaded mine up, but preferably you're going to want an empty vessel or close to it. And how you get it is you can go to load to cargo, and as you see, you can either use the town storage you're in or your own inventory, and you just load it into the ship, and you're going to want it in the ship's inventory for bartering. That part's important. My coral pieces and stuff, that's for the OE dailies. I actually suggest mass some of these and keeping some for yourself in whatever boat you'll be taking to Aquila's Eye for your dailies there. But basically I've already loaded it. As you can click the item, it's just like anything else with your inventory. But get all your stuff loaded on your boat. Now, I didn't really prep this one like I did the last video. I wasn't planning on sound not coming through, so I definitely apologize for that and for not being so well prepared today. But I did want to do the videos thanks to someone telling me the sound was out, and I definitely wanted to redo them and kind of help people out a little better, give some narration. Let me go back here. As you can see, one of my trades is for lead ore. To actually see your barters and things like that, just go to life and barter. Because I have I have a little over right at 460 trades. I'm gonna have more trades available than a lot of people starting out, but the basic structure remains. As you can see, we've got basic mat. At first, don't even pay attention to all these level 4s and stuff. I'll explain how to get to those in a minute. That's one reason it does seem kind of intimidating, but after you boil it down to its core, it's really not that hard. But it does take a little bit to get into. I was lost at first, and the more I did it, the more I just kind of caught on and it felt natural. Alright, so if you need help getting there, which I'm going to do to basically show, you're going to click the right stick on whatever one you want to go to. Then you can just pull up your world map, and it'll take you right to it. Now, luckily, this one's close. Alright, so while normally I have all my basic put in, again, for just because I didn't prepare, I basically don't have that much here. Now, I don't like using the whole sail to a point. It just, not only does it look weird sailing, but I don't know, I just hate myself. I'm weird like that. I like being the real captain, even though I'm scared to death of the ocean in real life. But essentially, we're just going to follow these waves take them to our island. Barter is the case in this one. And we're going to trade them all the lead ore they want and get the max barters out of here, because isn't your level of bartering so much that's going to determine your opportunities and what you can do. So much is your actual total number of barters. So definitely try to get all of them you can if you have the mats, the boat space. I mean, there's a lot of factors there, but definitely get all the barters you can early. If you're going for caravel, do pay attention to the mats and do a mats refresh once in a while, but I would do fresh until you've got probably like 5 or 6 at least of the T2s, 3s, and 4s built up. You'll see where I go momentarily for that. I use Ilya. I have used some pearls and money to bolster the inventory there. So that definitely helps me. I know not everyone will have that, but there's a workaround for that too when I actually get to Ilya and drop these. Everyone will basically see, I'll pull it up on the world map and show how to increase storage without using pearls and stuff as well, and besides just the houses available on Ilya. Alright, so we're here. I've chosen to anchor and barter, and I'm just, I mean, it says right there, exchange once or continuous. I just go continuous, max it out. There we go. And depart, anchor. I had to hit circle, sorry. So, did have lead. And as you can see now, my inventory for my boat, the LT anyway, is very, very full with just 6 of these, and they weigh 800 LT a piece. Excuse me, I had to mute the cough. But yeah, at 800 LT, that can fill up your boat really fast. So you definitely want to keep that in mind. Again, it's why the caravel and a Furia sailboat are easier. So we have this at Test Day Island. That's going to be right around Pirate Island. So we're going to need to come up here. And it'll show us again on the map everything going on. And here we are. Then we get the opulent marbles. It looks like a 1-for-1 trade. Sometimes when you're trading up, you'll get like 2 or 3 for 1, which is great, but it fills up your LT really, really fast. So, but it's not bad. Essentially, for those, I like to go back and try to plan out later that only does a 1 exchange, so I can really squeeze the most out of my LT. But there's a few different approaches people can take to bartering and still get it done. That's just the way I use, but because Ilya is kind of so far away from this area, I got lucky with this being a 1-for-1 trade up. Probably just get to tier 2. After that, the basics are in with tier 2 items. You're just going to and trade them up to the T3s. That's why I was saying earlier, it can be rough to start with when you don't really know what you're doing and just getting into it. It is very overwhelming, but the more you do it, just the simpler it is. Unfortunately, as you know, sailing takes a bit, so I guess I'll take this moment to show where this extra storage is. Now, a little known fact, a lot of people during a while know Ilya has storage. So, and my Ilya storage is pretty good. I've got a pretty good amount of T2s through T5s in here. and I'm not too awful pressed for space. But you have houses on Ilya, of course, you can buy, and if you come over here to Lima, Lima has, let's see, yeah, that does look to be all. I guess it's just one house. Okay. So yeah, there's one more. You can squeeze 3 more spaces out of Lima for Ilya with that house right there, and that will help, in my opinion. I mean, 3 spaces doesn't sound like a lot, but luckily the T2 to 4 good stack, and you really only need to keep 1 T5 on you after you do the crow coin run. Usually you'll be left with 5. I would definitely just keep 1 of the 5s back. Sometimes you can get 100 mil item trades for them, so they're quite nice to keep 1 or 2 extras there. That's essentially what I do. Now, unfortunately, with the 1-for-1 trades, though, you're usually not going to be able to. I don't know why they do it the way it is. I guess it evens out as you barter more late. Always seems like you get 6 out of a T1, like 2 barters out of a T2, 4 out of a T3. But it can have some variances in there. It is a little weird with that, but it's not bad. Now we're gonna anchor, do the same thing, barter again, and now we've got our T2s. We've traded up 1 tier, and now I'll make my wonderful way back to Ilya. But if you're actually bartering, I would suggest taking your T1s and 2s, going back to your hub, and definitely put them up. That's a lot of weight you don't need on you. Use the T2, waste a hub, unload, go further. But if we look, our next stop would be basically taking this opulent marble for rare herb piles at Arakill. Now, provided we drop ours and we go get them and go get that rare herb pile, after those are had, we would be taking a trip to Liz Island to trade it up for amethyst fragments, which goes from 1 to 2, and from there, see if I can't find the amethyst. It must be further back. They don't put them in order. I think that's what confuses people more than anything, is they don't just like do a 1 to 5 route order. It's pretty weird. Alright, so then from amethyst we go to 102-year-old golden herb. And essentially what I would do from there is, now as you can see, that's a crow coin run, and it's all the way to Hakoven, which is pretty much between Ankado and Arahaza. I don't wish that stuff on anybody, and personally, I don't go there for for under 300 coins, because it's just such a pain to get to. It's not worth it. But as you can see, there's only 1 crow exchange, but there's room to get 5 of those T5s. Now, in that, make sure I had at least 1 T5 in my storage, and I would take the other one to crow coins if I felt so obliged, which that one does not look good, so I would keep 1 in storage, and as long as I had my 1 in storage, I would just take the rest to the storage NPC in Ilya and pull them out 1 at a time wearing trader clothes or something that would actually let me hold it. Then essentially just do currency exchange with them. Every T5 barter item will give you a flat 5 mil, or it'll trade up and barter for something better if you get lucky in a different role. for either trade items, materials, things like that. They can't really pay off later. That's why I always keep one personally. I mean, they don't stack, so I'm not going to keep multiple, but yeah, it's definitely good to keep one in case you get that 100 mil trade up. That can be a big boon, and that's actually where a lot of the money from bartering comes from, is lucky rolls. But even still, you get 5 million flat rate, so it's not horrible. It definitely does add up when you consider you typically get about 5 of them each run. And it is a lot of sailing, but as everyone can see, there's a lot of AFK time to be had here. It really isn't hard at all. It's just really easy money on the sea. I know that's supposedly easier said than done because of PvPers and things like that. I typically don't terrorize Etheria. I'm a very chill person in my home server. When I go to other servers, I'm extremely aggressive. Flag stays up, and yeah, I'm one of those guys in other servers, but it's fun. The good point about that, though, if you are an Etheria player, a lot will tell you to get in touch with me if pirates are messing with you, because I just love PvP. It's not even anything against whoever's going out attacking. It's just that I know typically on the sea I have the upper hand, so I welcome being flagged on. So I don't mind helping barterers out just trying to get their way if they're getting harassed. That's just free PvP for me. Helps them out. It gives other people PvP with a more challenging opponent. In my opinion, it really works out for everyone. I mean, probably not for the people I think after, but I mean, if you can't take a loss, you probably shouldn't look for PvP, is my take on that as well, too. You have to be as graceful with a loss as a win. And, I mean, there's bids on here. I've been sunk, and I'm not mad at Walter or any of the people who sank me. In fact, they're pretty cool guys. I like talking with them in the sailing channel. We have a good time. It stays competitive. It stays good. And to me, there's just no reason to get hurt over PvP. It's just pixels. It's been a long ride. Thanks everyone for sticking with me thus far. Not the best for instructional videos, but I'm still a noob streamer. Not the best with edits. So I do what I can do with what I got. But maybe an old dog will learn new tricks one day and I can actually dress up some videos, add some music, and get my 30-minute server swap run with Ruthless put up with some tunes. Let everyone see like a boat average and every 2 minutes of footage. That was fun. Alright, and we have not even hit my hub. Wow. Yeah, this is the bad part of bartering, folks. You see it, a lot of boring time at sea, back and forth, and it's not the most fun. I'm not even going to begin to lie. This is often why I'm very bored in server chat. I know I have it turned off now. Usually I'm pretty active in server chat. Got a lot of friends in there. We like clowning. So it's a fun time. I actually get a lot of my enjoyment there. But Ilya's on the horizon, folks. It is. This is usually when I'd be trolling people in server chat, kicking back. As I said, it's a semi-AFK experience. That's the good part. Very easy money. Just ride around and make it. but hopefully we'll get there soon. I do want to demonstrate how to get the verdant blackstone, so I'm not wanting to cut the video short on everyone, and I don't just want to do a narration. I actually want to show that, because you are going to need those for the old Opheria gear. 220 total, which is 55 per piece for the old Opheria gear to get it to plus 10 to get a sailboat into a caravel or a frigate into a but the average, because of like the two trades going T1 to T2, typically that means you will have 4 for every barter route that you run, and they do add up. I mean, it seems like a lot to have 55, but you must remember that if you go to Crow's Nest and talk to Ravienna or something like that, I know it's Rav, I'm bad with stuff like that, I apologize, it's my old mind. Yeah, definitely need to feed these guys for later. But yeah, Ravienna and Crow's Nest essentially give you half of the harder mats to get. She'll give you like 100 something, I think it's 110 verdant blackstones to get 2 pieces up. It's over a 7-day quest line, and she'll also help you out big time with the saps part by just giving you flat out the timber for upgrade, the graphite for upgrade, the adhesive for upgrade. You'll get 50 each of those, which is half of what you need to upgrade either boat. So that was a big boon for me, and how I got Galeas in a fairly decent time. That helped me out a lot, and I'm here to tell everyone out here, gathering those saps and bark yourself is a pain. Either barter for them or do that Rav quest 100%. Save yourself trouble everywhere you can with this. Alright, so now we're going to pull up here. We've got our T1s and T2s in hand. And what I am going to do here is swim up here because I missed the dock, and now the game's glitching. Fun times. Alright, so load cargo. I'm going to want to put my T2s up. I actually usually run all my T1s and T2s first, then consolidate here, and then go back out. So I'm going to tab to my inventory now, and one at a time, because, again, very heavy, and I'm overweight. This is why I say bring them trader clothes, folks. Even that's not helping. Never mind. What am I toting that's so heavy? Wow. Oh. Yeah, that would be it. I never put my Tef flour up this morning. Sorry everyone, I'm a little slow in the mornings, don't mind me. Okay, so now I got my T1. I come over to Ravinia because I use Ilya as a hub. Go to exchange, and all my extra T1s I can't use, I'm going to get this Crow Merchant Guild's barter voucher. And with these, I can run to Ravinia and Aquila's Eye, and I can exchange those barter vouchers 1 for 1 for verdant in order to plus up those old Opheria parts, or even the new Galeas and Caravel parts. You also need those when they're in their green stage. So yep, I would just trade them all in. Each route, You get 4 of these guys, it'll help you out a little bit with your stuff. You should have some money, some crow coins. Crow coins are used for ship parts, ship upgrade mats, black stones to tap your gear. There's really a lot of things that are needed for the sea, and I understand it's not for everyone. It is a bit of a slow grind, but I love it because there's always the option of force. You can always get better. You can max everything out. It's just a grind. You're not dependent on RNG or crazy ridiculous prices and big amounts of saving to buy from the CM. It's definitely more readily accessible to everyone, and that's something I love because I'm looking for better competition out on the sea. And to be honest, I don't want people to fail. I just want everyone to get up and be at top competitive level so we can see who the real captains are. And to me, I love it that it's that accessible. If the land combat was and wasn't so terrible, I would probably get into it more too, just for the PvP and player interaction. But alas, my RNG keeps me stuck to the sea. Essentially, that's the timer on bartering. Hopefully the sound went through this time. Thank you, Phase, for setting that up and keeping me on my toes there. And I apologize to all the people that watched the former vids and didn't get sound. I genuinely meant to, but again, I overlooked that I had to be in a party to make the mic come up. But hopefully everyone's hearing me now. I hope these 2 vids have helped everyone out. And I really hope that it can elevate your life skill gains and help everyone accomplish their goals on Black Desert. You all have a wonderful day. It's been a great time doing this again. Again, I apologize for leaving videos up with no sound so long. That wasn't my intention, but I'm still kind of figuring out the loops with PlayStation and how I can stream without professional equipment to still get the information to everybody and do these little tutorials. But I would definitely appreciate watches, likes, refer your friends. Maybe YouTube will like monetize me and I can actually get good stuff, who knows. But I'll try to do better videos in the future. I'll also try to keep it more frequent, but Black Desert is very unpredictable, to say the least. So all I can really do is just kind of take it a day at a time. But again, everyone, thanks for your time. Thank you for bringing it to my attention, Phasia, to get me making better videos, actually with sound, and hopefully these 2 work this time. Everyone have a great day, and hopefully I'll see you in Black Desert soon.